Hello, welcome to my channel. So this morning's topic is a fairly serious one as per the title of this video. Now stood behind me is the Jeep XJ, and if you saw one of my previous videos you'll remember that I'd set up this yellow wire to defeat or to ensure the car was drivable if the neutral and park safety switch stopped working. Shortly I'm going to insert a video that my daughter took on the night that she was attacked. Now fortunately she's okay, but what had happened was she'd left work and got to her car, quickly locked the doors, which is what she does, and this guy just started banging on the windows and on the driver's side window, and then tried getting into the car, so he was trying the door locks. In the meantime, she was trying to start the car, and being an intermittent problem, she literally hadn't had a problem with the neutral safety switch before, and Hollywood style, she was trying to get away and just turned the key and nothing was happening. She says that on the 7th attempt it actually started, which was good, and she was actually able to get away, but I'll put the video in now and maybe even slow it down for you. It's very, very, very short. She obviously wasn't mucking around. It could have ended a lot worse if she wasn't in a built-up area. So yeah, it is Dad's nightmare. So today we're going to address that properly. Yeah, so there was no way that she was going to be able to get out of the car, pop the bonnet and ground the yellow wire whilst being under siege by some rando. Yes, and I hadn't set it up for her to be constantly grounded, because that's just dangerous, and so that was the tightrope I was walking. Do I just connect it full time, and with a worry that she might start it in reverse or drive and cause some harm. So yeah, very sobering, and obviously something that we don't want to ever have repeated again. And yeah, so I'm going to go and address that situation right now. So for those who haven't seen the video where I provided this workaround, just a really quick summary. So this here is a starter relay. Okay, so this can run to ground. I had it temporarily set up in the cradle for the strut that holds the bonnet up, so just sitting in there, and then when the strut goes down it pinches it. But if you find yourself with a faulty park neutral safety switch, that's the signal that you need to have permanently grounded. I am going to leave it in position. My daughter knows what to do if the switch fails. She would certainly come and try that. Alright, so I won't leave it outside of the fuse box, so I'll tidy it up and we'll just keep it in there. Okay, so moving on, let me get a light. I'll need to work out which one of these plugs is the switch. I think it's probably this grubby one back here, but it runs down to the side of the transmission on the driver's side of Australian or right-hand drive versions, passenger side US version. Just going to slide under here now and see if I can see it. That's it there. Right, so there's a 12mm bolt 12 mil bolt up there, and I think that's a 22 there. So yeah, we'll just trace it back to which plug is the right one. It's pretty much over tightened, but we're getting it. Yeah, there we are. I think she had some blue Loctite. Now for the 22, you're not going to see that very well in here. There's some little tangs that are bent over to stop this nut walking off. So let's just get something pointy in there to bend them back. To be a little more specific, you can see on this new one, there's 4 of these little tabs, tangs, that once you've tightened that nut down, just fold them over. It stops it coming off. Why is it so unco? It's because I'm looking at the work through the camera, trying to coordinate that. Alright, from what I've read online, these can be a bit problematic coming off. So what you want to do, I think, is use the nut to give you a bit of leverage, but I took it off too much. Let's have a look. Alright, sit wrap, it won't come off. So part of the switch is now broken in 2 pieces. There's a chunk missing here where the nut screws on, and also its cousin above there. And it's just stuck on the shaft. So it's come off quite a bit obviously, but we're just stuck at the last little bit. Just trying to work out where to take it from here. Alright, so we're off. That was surprisingly difficult. Needed 2 levers simultaneously, so the shaft wasn't going to get tweaked. You can see the shaft in there. Needs just a bit of a clean up. Let's get some Scotch Brite onto that, and in the meantime we'll find out how to free this cable, which is conveniently zip tied right up there. Time for some side cutters. Okay, it's time for a sit rep. So this vehicle was clearly owned by an auto Sparky at some point, because we've got a number of cable ties, just, you know, hard to reach, of course. Had to cut 2, and there's one final one up there. It's the boss of all cable ties. So I'm going to get that one, see if I can reach it with Sasquatch hands. It's this one here, if you can see what I'm doing, and I'll try and clip that off. That'll be the last one under here. Yeah, if one's good enough, use 5, but we're unattached now. And that leads us to where the plug is, which is this one. Might have the old decoy. The clip you think is the right one, but then proved there to be not the right one. Okay, so that's that. What do we got on our new one? It looks suspiciously the same, which is good. Alright, so I'm going to crawl back under, thread that down and out, thread the new one up. We have progress. Old switch is out, and you can see where it broke as I tried to lever it off. So yeah, she was stuck pretty good. That's going in the pile. One other thing. Slotted, somewhat slotted, so there's room for adjustment. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to just test with reversing lights. So I'll put the shift selector into reverse and then make sure I've got reversing lights. If not, we'll just be adjusting the new switch like that. Okay, so you're looking at the new plug on the right hanging down, and this is our troublesome shaft, which obviously needs a good going over for the Scotch-Brite. Might get something a little more abrasive on that. I can feel a bit of roughage. Got a bit of 400. Oh, wet and dry. Okay, let's smash it with a bit of WD. Alright, I'll try and get that on. Got to line her up properly. Sit wrap, this has taken some MacGyvering. So in order to get it on, I've had to line up that shaft, then I've had to put a socket over there to protect the threads where the nut screws on, and then I've had to use this lever between the trans line just to hold it in place like that with my right hand, and then I strike gently where my thumb is here whilst holding the bottom with the right hand, and that just transfers a little bit of force needed to push that on, but it didn't want to, so it took quite a number of sharp blows to get it to move down to that point, which is the point I'm trying to make. Is the body of the switch is now up against the body of the transmission where it needs to be. If you don't bash it all the way in and it's racked and you try to tighten that down, it's going to snap. So yeah, it's on of its own accord, and now I can just get the nut on there, tighten it up, bend these tabs over and put my 12mm in there while I just check the brake into the rear reversing lights. Okay, switch is in where I think it should go. And let's get we're in neutral. Oh, sorry, we're in reverse there. That's what we want to see. So let's give it a crank. That's what we want as well. Okay, let's tighten that down, adjustment down, and we are done. Alright, there's your last look under here. That's installed now, all working. Let's go camping. It's on the rise. But let's prepare it for the journey. Okay, it's 2:45 and I'm about to head off. The surprise is we're taking the Citroen today. Taking the Citroen because we are going bush again, off-road, and it has fantastic ground clearance and comfort. So we'll potter along in first gear, and there's a couple of pretty gnarly obstacles which I'll show you on the way. But first, service station, fuel, air for the tyres. See you on the road. I almost forgot the other reason is that this cooling system of this rig hasn't been really tested out, and there's roughly a 250 meter vertical elevation change, and it's sure to try out the cooling system. So good test. And what else we've got here is we've got the bread, the garlic bread, we've set to the foot, and we've got this on hot, and it works nicely, so all G. Alright, back on the road. Guess what I found? Afternoon tea Kransky. I also found some octane booster, so I've thrown a bottle of that in because I forgot to retime it, so we're still wanting to ping, and in fact sounds pretty good. We're going up the escarpment now. So that's the all-important temperature we're worried about. You hear the pinging. Alright, I'll keep driving. All G. Trees down. Yeah, realistically I can only really give it about a third throttle. Despite the octane booster, it still wants to ping its head off, so I need to maybe check the plugs. It might have really hot plugs in it, and of course the ignition timing, which I'll get around to next time. Something else that's a bit funny, and I think most will appreciate this. Let me just get around this corner. When I put the indicators on, someone wired them like that. Not hazard lights, they're indicators. Stupid. Okay. Let's get up to the top of this hill. But yeah, all good. Not worried at all. Now we're going to try and just hug the sides as best we can. Alright, I guess we've done a bit of a shakedown. Found a problem. You all can hear it too. What we got is a coolant leak from here, and what has happened is the mechanic has not tightened up this heater hose. See that clamp there? The question is, do I have any tools to do that? I don't think so. What we will do though is take the cap off, and I did bring some extra liquid, so it shouldn't stop us too badly, but let's just let it cool down for a bit. So can I tell you what I didn't bring? I didn't bring a Phillips head screwdriver or a 7mm socket, but I do have a kitchen utensil. I think fortunately this part of the housing is brand new. It's got a very nice what would you call it? Barb on it. Ow! That's my head. This is working, viewers, so yeah, fear not. It's hot though. Alright. Now, I'm not going to be able to get a huge amount of twist on it, but screwdriver worthy. Alright, what's it look like there? Yeah, that's good. Now let's see if I can burn myself here. It's not under pressure. I've only got 2 litres. I've got 2 litres of water here. But it'll certainly tell us how empty it is. Well, that's good. It's mostly full. Disaster averted. Let's get back on the road. We're running out of light. Just forded a couple of puddles, but not the main one. It's coming up. Yep, I don't like this one very much. We will hug as best we can. That's a ticket. Okay, so this is the one I was worried about, because you just can't see the bottom. But I do know that the high road is okay. Horrible, eh? But we'll just trick along here, and there's a just slow, we don't need to rush. Whoa. Something hidden in the water there. might actually put her up on high lift. That's the most of it, most of the bad bit done. That's the brakes. Let's put it back down to normal. High, normal. See at camp. There's some still water there. I may be able to top up my 2-litre water bottle from there, but let's see if we can find a running stream. All good though, it's still holding its temp. There's no coolant coming out, and we are almost there. Ooh. Done. Let's do a quick campsite tour. So, running a bit untidy here, but we're doing camp oven cooking tonight, and there's the camp oven, and there's our wood. Failing all of that being used, or if it all gets used, we need a bit of a scavenger hunt up there. And I got a utensils bag, chopping board and sharp knife and stuff there. Haven't put the stretcher up yet. I'll do that closer to bed. Can do that in the dark, but let's have a look. So yeah, she made it. It's all about picking the line at the end of the day. Just come and look on this side. I did collect somewhat of a rock. Felt like it hit the back there somewhere, but I can't see it unless I climb under it. So now I was hoping down in this gully we've got a bit of a running stream. Let's look. Animal tracks. Oh look, yep. We do have a stream. And that water is clear. So as a precaution, I'll gather up, probably from down there, I'll gather up some of that without disturbing any of the sediment. And if I really need it on the way home, which I doubt, I'll have that there and ready. But yeah, this is one of my favourite places to come. It's just got a really good vibe. Can't explain it. I've been places where the vibe's actually absolutely terrible. Yeah, all by myself, within about an hour from home. We got some kangaroo poo though, like Harry Butler. But everything's lush. We've only had probably couple of weeks of fairly light rain, and that's enough to bring everything back to life. Okay, going to go set up the camp oven, get food going. 2 potatoes. Let's put them sort of there. Alright, so we've got the 2 potatoes on, we've got the meat on, and we've got our bread on. There you go. Hot. Very good. Might get a fire on, hey? She's a bit chilly. Okay, I'm all packed up and ready to go that way. What I have realised is that I can check the radiator water this morning, and I can actually top up from some drinking water. I actually had 2 litres of drinking water, so that's good. That is what I will do right now. It didn't burp too much, but let's fill it. There you go. It's as full as we're going to get without putting creek water in it, which, yeah, obviously I wasn't keen on doing that. That's really it for me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.